see God. This is how you win our battle. This is how you win the battle. This is how we win. Because if you just show up, first Sunday of the month, and the first Sunday of the first Sunday of the month, we give a directive. Of what the Spirit of the Lord is telling the house. Glory in the name of Jesus. Daniel, the 3rd chapter is our chapter. Are you there? Daniel, the 3rd chapter starts with Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and its width was 6 cubits. He set it on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. And King Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the satraps, the administrators, the governors, and the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the province to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. So the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all of the officials of the province gathered together for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And they stood before the image of Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at the time you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, the lyre, and the palm trees, the symphony with all the kinds of music, you shall fall down and worship the golden image that King Nebuchadnezzar set up. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fiery furnace." So at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, the lyre, the symphony of all kinds of music, all the people, nations, and tongues fell down and worshiped the golden image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Therefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came forward and accused the Jews. They spoke and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "O king, live forever. You, O king, have made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, the lyre, the psalmistry, the symphony, with all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are several Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not paid due regard to you. They do not serve your God or worship the gold image which you have set up. Then King Nebuchadnezzar, in rage and in fury, gave the command to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying to them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the gold image which I have set up? Now, if you are ready at the time you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, the lyre, and the psaltery, and the symphony with all kinds of music, you will fall down and worship the image which I have made. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is the God who will deliver you from my hands?" Who is the God who will deliver you from my hands? Who is the God who will deliver you from my hands?
Thank you, Lord.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you."
That's right.
We have no need. Right.
Love it.
Y'all better grab a hold of that.
Yeah.
Some things just don't need to be answered. Everything don't warrant an answer.
That's right.
If that is the case, our God, who we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, somebody say, but if not.
But if not.
Let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your God.
Yes.
Nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar, with full of fury, and the expression of his face changed towards Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You see, when you do what folks want you to do, their expression changes.
Yes. My God.
Tell somebody, catch the moment.
Catch the moment.
Say it. Oh, yeah.
He spoke and commanded that they heat the furnace 7 times more than it was usually heated. And he commanded certain mighty men of valor who were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. See, he binded them together. That was his first mistake. And cast them into a burning fiery furnace.
My God.
These men were bound in their coats and their trousers, their tunics and their other garments, and they were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's command was urgent, and the furnace exceedingly hot, the flame of the fire killed those men who took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
All right. Jesus.
And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose in haste and spoke, saying to the counselors, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire?" They answered and said to the king, "True, O king." "Look," he answered, "I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of God."
Yeah.
Father, we thank you. Lord.
We thank you.
Thank you. For we see your glory.
Yes, we do.
Where we go, Lord God.
Yes,
we thank you, Father.
Thank you,
For
Father.
the directives, it's time to rise up.
Yes.
It's time to rise up, Lord God. You're bringing us out of our ashes, Lord
Yes.
God. It's time for us to rise up, Lord God. In the name of Jesus, we decree and declare, Lord God, that your people hear your call and your cry in the season, Lord God. And we thank you, Father. We thank you, Lord God, for the fire.
Yes.
We thank you, Lord God, even for the ashes, Lord God. Because we know out of them we're still going to rise up, Lord God. For you are our victor, Lord God.
Yes, you
and we
are.
are more than conquerors in the name of Jesus. So we give your name nothing but praise and glory and honor today. Deal with the hearts of your people in this place today, Lord God. Speak to their hearts, God. Make their hearts pliable in the name of Jesus. So they can receive their engrafted word, Lord God. The seed that you're speaking now in this season. In Jesus' name, I decree it to be so. Amen. Amen. Tell somebody to rise up. Rise up. One more time. Rise up. Rise up. One more time. Rise up. Rise up. We'll be seated in the presence of the Lord. The month of Av is connected with the lion. Listen to me. The month of Av is connected with the lion. The lion that roared against the tribe of Judah was King Nebuchadnezzar. What lion is roaring against you?
Jesus.
The lion that roared against Judah was King Nebuchadnezzar. What lion is roaring against you?
My God.
Nebuchadnezzar is considered the greatest king of Babylon. His name alone is mentioned around 90 times in the Bible, in both the historical and also the prophetic books. Throughout the book of Daniel, he takes center stage. It was the roar of King Nebuchadnezzar that caused the most destruction to Judah, and it was this king that destroyed the temple in Jerusalem in the month of Av. When the tribe of Judah fell into idolatry, unfaithfulness, and disobedience, God used King Nebuchadnezzar as his instrument to judge Judah. Historians record that Nebuchadnezzar was brutal, powerful, and an ambitious king. He was a narcissist. He was so narcissistic that he built a statue of himself. And he decreed that all the people in Babylon, in the Babylon kingdom, bow down. Bow down means to worship.
Yeah.
And he wanted them to bow down whenever they heard the sound of music playing. And so it was, whenever the entire kingdom of Babylon, even the Jews who were enslaved, heard the music blaring, they would bow down, prostrate themselves in total submission, paying homage, and giving honor where honor was not due. The Bible goes on to say that it was Babylon's astrologers who took notice that on several occasions, while everyone was submitting to the ways of Babylon, they noticed three who would be standing up together. And upon further investigation, they found out that it was Daniel and his friends. You know the story. Read it.
Yeah.
Nebuchadnezzar was so furious that he had Daniel and his friends brought before him. And when they refused to bow down, he commanded them to heat the furnace 7 times hotter than it's ever been before. And he threw them inside of the fiery furnace. When he bound them together, they came into agreement concerning the will of God for their lives.
That's right.
I imagine Daniel began to pray. And through prayer, the lion of the tribe of Judah began to roar. And needless to say, because they stood up for God in the face of adversity and in imminent death, God stood up for them and they arose from the ashes, unharmed, untouched, unsinged. So in this month of Av, because of the lion that is associated with it, this month is loaded with potential and power.
Yes, it is.
As well as fear and destruction.
Okay.
It all depends on how you perceive the sound of the roar of your life.
That's right.
The bushfires and the misunderstandings that will pop up throughout the month of Av are sent to move you forward. I'll say it again.
Okay.
The brush fires and all the misunderstandings that will pop up throughout the month of Oz are sent to move you forward. So when we are faced with adversity, just remember that you have the lion on the inside of you who's ready to help you rebuild, restore, and redeem all that was lost. That lion on the inside of you roars whenever you say hallelujah.
My God.
He roars every time you clap your hands. He roars and help you every time you face adversity.
My God.
He roars every time you stand for truth, righteousness, and holiness. He roars every time you lift your arms in worship. He roars every time you bow down on your knees in worship and in prayer. The Lion of Judah roars whenever you dance before him in the assembly of the people. He roars for you because he is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Because each time every fire come against you, fires are the challenges, ashes are left.
Yes.
Every time there's a fire, there's ashes.
Yes.
Ashes are the evidence of what used to be.
Hallelujah.
Tell somebody, ashes are the evidence of what used to be. Come on, tell somebody else, ashes are the evidence. Of what y'all going to get with me eventually. Ashes are the evidence of what used to be. The ashes are black and gray in your physical eyes.
Right.
Which serves as a reminder of a past event or situation that has now come to an end.
Yeah.
Whenever you see ashes, you can say something has ended.
Yeah.
You must be ready to let it in.
All right.
Because when you see ashes, and God is going to begin to show you ashes. Some of y'all are going to begin to smell smoke. But I need to tell you, when you begin to smell it, just know that God is burning it up. Because He is a consuming fire. Ashes are the evidence of things that used to be. But when God gets ready to burn these things up, look at somebody and say, let it burn. Let it burn. And then I need you to let it in. Will you let it in? You see, your challenges, your ashes are divine in nature. Because they are sent from God to get you to move forward. Every time y'all go through something, y'all always want to get a devil some gratitude. We don't do that here in GS. He gets no glory in this house. Because we have already known that He's a defeated foe. So why worship somebody who's defeated? And God said He's defeated. He's defeated. So we're going to give God glory. So everybody in the house of God, do you not know that you are in Christ? You live in Christ. You move in Christ. You have your being in Christ. So if the enemy is bothering you, you're outside of Christ.
That's right.
My God.
Many of us have become complacent and or stuck. However, God has ordained a brush fire or a challenge to get you to make a decision and to move forward. Tell somebody that brush fire that keeps blowing up, it's just to get you to move forward.
That brush fire that keeps blowing up, and it's just to get you to move forward.
Just move forward. Tell somebody move forward. Challenges, you see, the challenges are our ashes. And the ashes are the dark places that you're looking at. Many of you are going through dark places. And you think God isn't in the darkness. But my Bible tells me that He rides on the dark cloud. God is also in your dark situation. Again, I said we're in Christ. We're not outside of Christ. So even the situations that you're dealing with, they might be dark. But guess what God says? I'm also in the dark. Challenges are your ashes. And the ashes are just your dark places. But in the month of March, we will begin to rise up out of our challenges and our ashes of our mistakes and our bad decisions to move forward. We're going to rise up this month. The 9th of all is the day of redemption. So let the brush fires burn. Let the fiery darts that thrown your way burn. Just look at them when they get done burning and say, there's another one God just burned up. Whenever you see a pile or a remnant of ashes, lift your hand and give God some glory. Because that's an indicator that you're getting ready to come up out of that situation. See, God is going to burn that situation up around you. You haven't been able to walk away from it and leave it, but God said, it's all right. I'm going to set a fire to it. And when I burn it up, He says, I want you to walk out of those ashes. Tell somebody it's time for you to rise up. Tell them again, it's time for you to rise up. One more time, tell them it's time for you to rise up.
Rise up. Yes.
You see, what most don't know about ashes is that they are filled with nutrients and life-giving properties. I have my scientists here. You look at ashes as just ashes. But ashes are filled with nutrients. And they're filled with life-giving properties. And when they blanket a thing that used to be, like the wildfires in California, those ashes are really working as a redemptive protective for future growth. Y'all need to hear that. I said of the ashes of the fires that you have been dealing with, God told me to tell you that there's potential for new growth. So when you begin to see the ashes and all these brush fires that keep flaring up out of nowhere, God says it's okay. Don't respond to it. Let it burn. He said because now the new growth is going to come. He says those ashes are going to be the nutrients and life-giving properties to the new life, to the new way, to the new thing that you're looking for God to do. But he says, but this time he has to burn it up. He has to burn up the things that you can't let go.
That's good.
God told me to tell you according to 2 Peter 1:3, his divine power has given you everything you need for life and godliness through the knowledge of him who called you by his own glory and his excellence. You have everything you need. Look at somebody and say, I have everything I need.
I have everything I need.
Come on, look at someone else and say, I have everything I need.
Everything I need.
I am not lacking nothing. Even when your lack is in your unbelief.
That's good.
That's the only thing you're lacking, and you're lacking in faith. That's where your lack is, in your unbelief. But the problem is we are caught up in just existing rather than living from the core of our true identity. Many of you just exist.
That's it.
And you like just existing.
Right.
You've gotten used to just existing. Instead of living from the core of who you really are. Because you have chose just to exist. Our jobs have become your God. Your looks have become your identity. Our bank accounts have become our establishments. Where we live have become our passports. What we drive have become our lifestyles. Facebook has become our master. We take pride in things that mean nothing. And we have become haughty concerning that don't even promise you nothing. But we were not created just to exist. We are created to live from the redeeming power of God. You are created to live life from the redeeming power of God. Where there is always good. Where there is always pure. Where there is always peace. Where there is always love. Where there is always joy. Where there is always forgiveness. Where there is always abounding in love. Always abounding in good work. Always abounding in the work of the Lord. That's what we should be living from. But you are just merely living from existing. We get up, we do our 9 to 5, our 8 to 3. And then we go to another one from our 7 to 11 or whatever. Because the only thing you're doing is existing. But when you begin to live from the core of who God has called you to be, you know that you have a treasure now on the inside of you. And my life is not just in my existing. My life is in the core of my true identity. For I am a child of the Most High God. I lack nothing. My house is built. My children are saved. My life is filled with everything that God has designed for me to have. I don't need to struggle. I don't need to worry. I don't even need to answer your silly questions. I don't even need to take my identity because I know who I am. That's my core identity. I don't just exist to have friends. Many of you glued to Facebook because you think they're your friend, waiting to see who the next one want to be your friend. That's merely existing. Not your friends anyway. You live from your core identity. Live from the trueness of who God has called you to be. Well, Jesus says anybody who's saved become now my brother and my sister. The true identity is in the core of who you are. So tell somebody, rise up. Rise up. Come on, one more time, rise up. Rise up. One more time, rise up. Rise up. Rise up out of the ashes of lack. Rise up out of your depression. Rise up out of your defeated mentality. Rise up out of your low self-esteem.
You help me, you help me, you help me.
It's your time to be made whole.
Yes,
Look
Lord.
at somebody and say, it's your time to be healed.
It's your time to be healed.
It's your time to be made whole.
It's your time to be made
It's
whole.
time for you to rise up out of the silliness, ashes of jealousy.
Yes.
Insecurity. Not able to applaud your sister or your brother. You can't applaud them because you're envious. And envious from hell. Woo! Applaud your brother. Applaud your sister. When they are blessed, be happy with them. When God bless them, you bless God.
Amen. That's right.
Rise up. These are the things that you want to deal with in the month of Av. I'm telling you. These are the fires that's going to come against you to challenge who you are. To challenge who you are. But there's God now, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, that's roaring in his mouth. And he says that I'm here for you. I'm here to help you fight that little lion that you think is greater than I am.
Thank you, Lord.
Rise up and be who God has called you to be. Rise up, my sisters and my brothers. Rise up from your excuses of not why you won't serve God with 100%. Rise up with wanting to run after titles instead of running after God. Rise up. Rise up and be who God has called you to be. You're more than a title. You're a child of the Most High God. Rise up. He needs to use you. He's looking for you. He's seeking whom he can trust.
Amen.
So rise up. Holy Spirit continues to deal with me, teaching me about time. I don't know why, but he continuously wakes me to teach me about time. He says that time is just a moment in history. He says time does not travel in a straight line. Time spirals. That's why history keeps repeating itself. Because a moment in history spirals down as it turns around and around. It's the moments in time that causes us to revisit our past. The moments. My mom's death in May. But every time May comes back again because time spirals. I can hit that May time and say, ooh. Because there's a moment in that time span that causes me to revisit my past. Y'all need to hear me today.
I hear you, Pastor. I hear you.
It's the moments that alter the course of your life. I'll say it again. Moments alter the course of your life. Not hours, not days, not weeks, not years, not months. It's the moments that alter the course of your life. I'm going to show you.
Yes, Pastor.
Moments alter the course of your life. Catch this. He says that look, it's just a moment. But that look alters the course. Can alter the course of your life. Y'all need to hear me.
That's good.
I hear you.
It's that glance that you took.
That's good.
I'm just talking about moments. I ain't dealing in minutes. I'm talking about moments. It's the moment. It's the moment when you took the look. It's the moment when you took that second glance. That begin to alter the times and the steps of your life. That lie. The thought. The word. That call. The silence. The touch. These are defining factors. Moments are the middle between your here and your there. They're the middle between your here and your there. It's just a moment. The moments you can't even capture. I give you an example. My daughter came over to the house and she was telling me about a friend who was doing motorcycling across the country. And as she's talking about him being on Wilker's motorcycle going across the country, for a moment, her eyes filled with tears. I saw it, but then she continued the conversation about how joyous it is to ride across the country. The next day we were talking on the phone, and I says, when you were talking about the ride yesterday, I says, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? So she said, what? What were you thinking? What were you feeling? I said, because there was a moment there that your eyes welled with tears. So she began to fill in the answers, missing, praying for, blah, 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 blah. But remember, it's the moments that alter the course of your life. Look at the moment. Because it's the moment that will change. Michelle, you can have a conversation with Mr. Williams. Yeah. And in your conversation, you can say something, and he will make a face or expression or something. It's that moment. Yeah. Even though he might be agreeing with what you said, but the moment you caught something else, you knew that there was another sound.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Watch for the moment, because the moments alter the course of your life. Moments are your middle between your here and your there. When Joshua and the 10 spies returned from Canaan, the promised land, with the evidence in hand that they were at the door where God had ordained them to be. They had, when the other spy says, but there are enemies in that land, just that moment, when he spoke, there's enemies in the land, it turned their life. See, y'all messed up. It was the moment that the enemy took to speak a negative word, that their life changed. Just at that moment when the enemy got in, their life changed. Then they wandered another 39 years in the wilderness because of what? One moment. See, y'all made it about something else, but it was a moment. And the moments are your defining factors. The moments is the time when you need to make a decision. The moment is the thing that you didn't say. But you should have said. So you missed it. The moment is the thing that you should have said that I saw but you didn't say. When God called Abraham and promised that he would be the father of many nations, the moment Abraham believed God, he began to walk through the path of what God had ordained for him to be. Abraham didn't go home and say, let me think about it. The Bible says that Abraham believed God. When, in the moment that God spoke it, he didn't pray about it, he didn't call no meeting, he didn't ask his dad, he didn't talk to his family, but at the moment, God says, make a decision right here.
My God.
It's a moment. The moment Leah gave birth to Jacob's fourth child, she decided that ain't having no more kids. Ain't going to become second best to nobody. Somebody need to grab that in there.
Glory to God.
Nobody.
Yes.
She says no longer. When she gave birth to Judah, she says, I'm done. The moment she changed her mind, the moment her course changed.
God, thank you, Lord.
The moment she changed her mind and said, I can't please you, so therefore I'm going to stop. Her life changed. See y'all missed it. It was in the Garden of Gethsemane when Jesus was faced with the last moments of his life and he had to make a decision. After praying all night for God to remove the cup from him, which was the bitterness of death that he didn't want to face. But at the moment he said, not my will. But let your will be done. God's plan of redemption began to be in motion. You see, in the moments when you make that decision for God, it's just a moment. See, that's why it says, if you hear the word of God, don't halt between God. He says, don't halt between two opinions. He says, if you hear the word of God, don't halt. Because in that halting, you're going to make a wrong decision. Because everything is captured in moments.
Glory to God.
I said everything is captured in the moments. It was in the moments. That's when Daniel and his friends, when they decided in that moment, when the music was playing, in that moment, they made a decision. I'm standing. And when they made their decision to stand, God began to dispatch angels down from heaven. In that moment. It doesn't mean that you're not going to face the adversities. You might not have to go to trial, and you might not go through all kinds of stuff.
My
But
God.
when you decide in that moment to do the right thing,
My God. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Glory to God.
listen, it's in the moment. This is your moment to arise from the ashes and to trust God with your life.
Come on.
My
The
God.
challenges and the darkness you have been faced are all designed by God. He told me I designed them. They're designed by God to get you to move forward.
My God.
Because we are a complacent people.
Yes, yes.
We are very loyal people. We can be dying, beat in the head, but we won't move.
Yep.
Because we are loyal by nature. Y'all, come on.
You got it.
We won't move. We'll stay right there on Master's Plantation. We will not move forward. We won't make forward. We won't make a decision. We won't move to the left or right because we are very dedicated.
Yes.
Which is a good quality.
Yes.
But God says, I send bushfires. I send situations. I send circumstances to get you to move forward.
Yes.
Tell somebody, move forward.
Move forward.
Challenges and the darkness that you have been faced are part of God's divine plan. He says, I designed it for you to move forward, to do something. So from this day forward, look at your challenges as gifts from God. They're gifts from God that will keep you pressing forward. Anytime you hit a challenge, say, this is God's gift. And I need to move forward. What challenges are you facing today? What challenges are you facing today? The challenge has come to move you forward. But you are gripped in fear because of the lion's roar. The lion roar is what you're going to do. The lion roar is how you're going to make it. The lion roar is where you're going to go. The lion's roar is you'll never find another job. This lion is always roaring. Today, throughout the month of Av, the lion of the tribe of Judah is roaring. The lion of the tribe of Judah is roaring against your lion. The thing that you have made great in your eyes, God told me to tell you that he's the lion in the tribe of Judah. And he says that he's going to roar. He's going to roar at the thing that's roaring at you. And not only that, his roar is going to move you forward. Tell somebody you got to move forward. You don't have to be afraid anymore. You don't have to doubt anymore. You don't have to deal with negativity anymore. God says when you decide in that moment, the moment you make a decision, the moment you make a decision, God says, I will dispatch angels. Because when you make that decision, your choice, your path in your life automatically changes. Do you know every decision makes a new path? See, these are things you don't give a thought about. Every decision you make puts you on another path. Every decision you make charts your course. But God says, I'm looking for you to make the decision in the moment. In the moment. I don't need you to pray about it. I don't need you to gather anybody about it. He says, I want you to make a decision in the moment. To do what? Rise up out of your ashes. It's time now for things to change in your life. It's time now for you to become all that God has ordained for you to be. Come up out of your ashes. Somebody need to get a so what in their spirit. Don't harper on things that happen. Just say, so what?
So what?
If you keep harping on it, that means that you're standing in your ashes. God says, come up out of your ashes. Rise up out of your ashes. And get a so what in your spirit. Amen? Let's stand to our feet.
Glory to God.
We're in the month of Av.
Glory to God.
I just wanted to give you the details of the month of Av. Of where we're going in Christ. That it's time for you to arise. It's time for you to rise because your Redeemer is with you. The redemptive plan of God is working for you, not against you, child of God. It works for you, not against you.
My God.
You're working against God by doing your own thing. But today you need to set your will on God's will. And Amen. You need to set your thoughts on God's thoughts. And you need to humble yourself before the Lord.
My God.
So that you can hear the dictates of the Father. When? In the moment. 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 In the moment.
Jesus.
Not in the minute, but in the moment. Before you take a second glance. Before you try to give the explanation. Before you make that decision. There's a moment when God is speaking to you. As a child of God.
Yeah.
And you know what we do with our moments? We ignore them.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be honest.
Yes,
Somebody be honest with me. You hear God just as loud and clear.
Right?
You hear him loud and clear. Saying, you know. Can anybody be honest with me?
Yes, Pastor, yes.
We hear it all day. Thank you, Vicky. He says no. You're going to pick no. But what we do, I do it anyway.
Yeah.
But it's the moments that God said. It's all time it's about. It's the moment that charts your life, that changes your direction. Because in that little obedience to God, in that moment of obedience, in that one moment of obedience, God says things change automatically. Hallelujah. You might not feel it, but he says, I've already charted you. Because as it was already read, you got your plan, but God says, I'm the one who orders your footsteps.
Yeah.
But every time you move in God moments, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, Daniel and his fellows, God says it changes the course of life. Every obedience with God changes the course of your life. And it's step by step. Every obedience changes the course of God in your life. But at that moment, when you can either say a word or be quiet. Sometimes you want to say something, but you say, But I just got to say it. But if God had told you not to say it, say it. It's the moment.
That's right.
It's the moment. See, and your life won't change until you be able to be obedient to God in His Word. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's obedience in the moment. In the moment. To be obedient. You go to grab something, God says no, but you got it anyway. You eat it.
That's right.
Then later on, you're trying to figure out why your stomach hurts.
It's true.
Nobody?
No.
He knows you.
Yes, he does.
And He loves you.
Yes.
And He wants nothing but the best for you. Nothing but the best for you. And where the enemy comes in, which you, child of God, is in your thinking.
Yes.
Is to try to convince you that that's a good idea. That's all. That's all He's trying to convince you. The apple's pretty. The fruit is healthy. Why not? It's a good thing. That's how He's going to present it to you. It's a good thing. But every good thing ain't a God thing. Right. Do you understand?
Yes.
Watch your moments. And watch those who are trying to get you to change that moment.
That's right there. You helped me right
Because you
here,
heard from
Pastor.
God. And you know, He said no, but somebody, well,
Yeah.
please.
Yes. You helped me there.
What's the big deal? Come on.
Right. Right.
It's the moment. And before you know it, you're dragging along. For God said, I told you no.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to be delivered from the opinions of others. Rise out of the ashes of the opinions of others. And be who God desires for you to be. In the month of August, there's going to be brush fires. Did you hear me? They're coming. They're going to burn. A brush fire is just a tumbleweed that rolls through and catch flame. That's all it does. Watch your brush fires. What you going to do to brush fires? Say it again. What are you going to do? Let it burn. Don't tell nobody go get the water. Let that baby burn. Let it burn. You got it?
Yes.
Because that brush fire then becomes a what? An ash.
Ash.
And the ash is a reminder of what?
There's something was, yeah. Used to be new growth. Yes.
It's my new season.
New-
You see,
yes.
God talks to us in all kinds of
Yes.
ways. But y'all don't pay attention.
Yeah.
He talks to us in all kinds of ways.
Yes.
From the bird tweeting through the air, to the
My
sun
God.
shining, to the
Yes.
clouds, and
Yes.
God is talking to you. But if you don't know the language of God, so what you're going to do, you're going to listen before, you're going to look for the ashes, and you're going to see if you smell smoke.
Yeah.
That's going to be your indicator that God is burning up something in your life. You understand?
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
This is the month of Ab. This is that month. This is the month when the temples in Jerusalem were destroyed. The first temple and the second temple. The month of Oz is also the same month that the Jews were thrown out of Spain. So there's a lot of exiles, there's a lot of upheavals, there's a lot of brush fires, there's a lot of things being taken from you. I have to tell you what the month holds so that you know what's in the atmosphere. Why? Because time does what? It spirals. That's why they said if he did it before, he'll do it again. Why? Because time has proven that God is the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore.
Yeah. Glory to God.
Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. Why do you think your situation is so wonderful? Solomon said there's nothing new under the sun. Solomon knew that time spins in a spiral. What was will be. But if we don't become wise, you are aimed to repeat the same habits of your past. That's why children repeat the same habits of their parents if they're not wise.
Come on.
Y'all get it. That you're a new creature in Christ. You're created in God's image. That means that you have a new life. Jesus is the flame, the fire. He's the furnace that comes to burn up those drafts and those situations in our lives. Allow it to burn. The same way he was with Daniel and his friends, he will be with you in the fire. Amen? This is our Sunday that we're going to rededicate our lives back to the Lord. So I ask everybody to make your way to the altar.